G'day, you're with Catherine and Danny on Gippsland FM 104.7. We're with the Latrobe Youth Space radio show, and we're here every Wednesday from 4:30 until 6. So today we're chatting about movies and television. Movies and television. It's going to be a fun session. We are going to chat about lots and lots of different things. Both of us have been absolutely just binging stuff lately, particularly with COVID. There's not a lot of places to go on the weekend. So you end up at home in front of Netflix just watching stuff all of the time. And you know what? I like it. It's fun. It's actually really cool to have a bit of time to catch up on the movies
things you've missed.
Yeah, exactly. All the things you've missed that you've been banking up. I've got this list in my phone that is so long, just full of suggestions that people have been giving me for years. And I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll watch it. And I always forget. So I'm pretty excited to be here bringing you all of that and more. We're just on a song break at the moment. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're listening to our radio broadcast on our Facebook page and group, I'll put my mask up, that's better. You're with Catherine and Danny, and we're chatting about movies and TV today. We're really keen to be talking about this, hanging out with you on your Wednesday afternoon and every Wednesday afternoon from 4:30 till 6. So make sure you tune in and have a listen. We've got lots of good songs coming up, but you'll have to listen on the radio because last week Facebook decided to kicked us off because we had the music playing on it. It was like, oh, copyright breach. So, which, it makes sense. So so make sure that if you want to listen to the songs, get back on mask. Wardrobe malfunction.
Your mouth is exposed.
Oh no. So if you want to hop back on and listen to the songs, make sure that you tune into Gippsland FM 104.7 on your radio or your radio tuning app to listen to that. We're about to get back into it, so I will get ready for that. We'll chat to you shortly. And you're listening to Danny and Catherine on Gippsland FM 104.7, and that was Choir by Guy Sebastian kicking off our Wednesday afternoon. So we're here every Wednesday from 4:30 till 6, and today we're chatting about movies and television. So let's open this conversation up. Do you prefer to go to the movies or do you prefer binge watching stuff at home, Danny?
I don't know, a bit of both, I guess. Yeah. I like the idea of actually going out for an experience and watching that cinematic experience of a movie you've been waiting for. But then you've got binging something at home where it's you could just be in your pajamas, which, if I'm being honest, you could do it in the movies too. But
True.
You've got you've got your kitchen right there, you got a comfy couch. I don't know. I'm a bit in between. What about you?
To be honest, I think it depends on the movie. Most movies absolutely
are not worth it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not worth it. It's quite a bit of money these days. And the whole experience of getting ready and going out can be a little bit of a hassle. But for the right movies, it is amazing. It is so good to have that cinematic experience. Recently, not recently because of COVID, but recently as in sometime last year, I went and watched Birds of Prey in cinema.
Yes, that was my movie of the year last week.
Yes, and I saw you there when I was actually...
We did,
that's right. Yeah, we ran into each other, and it was so good in cinema. It was incredible.
That was actually my second viewing of it at the cinema. That's how good it was. I went back.
So good. I think it's MA 15 plus though, so just, bit of a viewer warning on that one. If you're 15 plus, definitely worth a watch. But otherwise, you have to hold on a little bit longer for that amazing, amazing film. And if they ever re-show it in cinemas, 100% down.
It's number one on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, right now, number one.
Oh, because it just dropped, didn't it? Last weekend or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on there and I'm like, oh, I want to rewatch that so bad. It's so good.
And that's where binging comes in because you got Netflix now. On the weekend, I splurged and brought a new TV for myself because my old one was, bad.
On the way out. Yeah.
On the way out. And because you've got 4K now and the huge HDness, I rewatched the movie again and I was like, oh, yes.
Oh, yes. That is so satisfying. That's really cool. The other one that I absolutely loved in cinema and was totally made for cinema was The Quiet Place.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely,
That
was
terrifying in
that was great in
cinemas,
the
but
movies.
so good. Just so good.
Yeah.
Can't even believe it. It was awesome. What is what is sort of movies? Are there any like standouts that were just incredible in cinema that you can recall?
Definitely, like we said, Birds of Prey. That was definitely a
Mm.
standout, just with the visuals. It was,
Yeah.
like, dark, but it was bright.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Yeah. It had a lot of neon colors
Yeah.
through it. Yeah. It was really cool.
Another standout for me is, and I'm not even a fan of the movies or
Yeah.
franchise, Spider-Man, uh, Spideyverse.
Oh, the Spider-Verse one.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
a fan
Yeah.
of Spider-Man, but my
Mm.
friends were like, "We want to see it," and I was like, "Oh,
If
all
we
right,
have
if we have
to.
to." And then by the end of it, I was like, "Oh, thank God I did," because just the animation on the big screen was just phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah, I do recall that. Like, it didn't like get up there with Birds of Prey for me, but I
No, but
definitely think it worked in cinema.
yeah,
Yeah, it was really well made for cinema. I totally agree there. I'm trying to think of any other standouts that I have seen in the last couple of years. I'll have to keep you tuned on that one. My memory is terrible. Like, what did I eat for breakfast today? Who knows? Oh dear. So yeah, is there any that you absolutely just love binge watching at home? And also, this is a really left field question, but would you like it if cinemas were to start broadcasting TV shows in cinema?
I think yeah. So obviously, a lot of shows nowadays. Here's the funny thing: TV shows now can have a higher budget than a movie,
Mm,
so they're shot like a movie. Like for example, uh,
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, Umbrella Academy,
Yep.
Ratchet on Netflix, which again
Ratchet.
is not appropriate for you young kiddies at
No,
home to watch. Please don't watch it.
don't watch that.
But
No.
a lot of TV shows are just filmed cinematically, so it would be
Yeah.
beautiful to kind of watch it on a big screen. That would be
Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely. No, that would be really cool. It would also be super ironic if they took something that was like super duper simplistic and did it on a big screen, like I don't know, something really cartoony like Steven Universe or something, and they were like, now in
Yeah.
4K, 5D cinema, Steven Universe experience.
It's like why?
Literally. Oh, but it would be sort of fun. And I think the other thing with TV series is that you tend to go and watch them like pre-COVID at least, a lot of families and friendship groups would get around a TV show
Yeah.
and they would watch it as it came out or dropped on streaming sites. So they'd get together as a friendship group and like, oh, we're going to watch an episode every Tuesday night when it drops.
Yeah.
And I think that in that way, I feel like cinemas could be really doing something very special if they sort of tapped into that
Market.
people wanting to go out and watch together, even if it was just for the grand finale of a TV show.
Some do.
Really?
Oh, what was it? I forgot. Oh, Doctor Who. Sometimes they show here in Mid Valley.
In Mid Valley.
They show the Christmas special because it's a huge experience.
Yeah, that's so cute. I wish they did that with more series. That would be really cool to see.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd 100% get around that, particularly for grand finals of series, like the last episodes.
Because usually last episodes go for like an hour.
Oh, yeah. They're more cinematic in that way. Yeah.
They are.
Definitely. I could totally see that. That would be amazing. Yeah. Yes. Loving it. All right. So we're going to get into our very next song. Big ups to DJ Tay for this incredible soundtrack. I always do a visual check just to make sure that they're off. But we're still on Zoom, so we'll be chatting. I was just saying to Danny, always double checking that we're off air, like when we're just chilling, because we don't want our like voices to be over the songs that are playing. Like that's gonna be very awkward. So
just us like humming in the background. Like, wrong words, wrong key.
I'm sure none of you want that. Like not any at all. So oh dear. So what have you been up to lately, Danny?
Oh, Jesus, literally nothing.
Yeah.
Working, and then I go home. But here's the thing, I'm already at home, so I don't even get to travel.
Well, yeah. No, that's very true. I feel like, I really got so used to working from home. I'm just like, what is work? What is home?
Oh, I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. At first, it wasn't too bad because it was like, okay, looking at the positives, I'm spending time with my papa.
Yeah.
I'm,
Your adorable puppy dog.
We're filming fun content.
Yeah, that was really,
But now it's honestly, if I'm being honest, we're at that stage where we're like, we just want to go back to our office at our desk, face to face with our peoples.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, I feel like I've been reading a lot lately about the 6-month point in any sort of pandemic or lockdown situation.
And we're at our 7th month.
Yeah, we've just hit that sort of bump. Like it's like the Wednesday of the pandemic. It's hump day for the pandemic. It is just.
It is. I mean, there are like, still filming. It's fun and stuff. It's like that tiny little breakaway from what's going on. And then after you're done filming, you're like, oh I'm still here. I'm still at home.
Next.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, that 6-month mark is hard. I feel like it's that point where you're like, God, will this just go on forever? Like you start to get a bit frustrated. I mean, you've probably been frustrated before that, but you get like more frustrated than before.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are sort of experiencing that exact same thing at the same time. So I think it was really good timing that we've sort of just had a restriction ease around the 6-month mark. Because it's sort of, I feel like it's just allowed people to feel a bit more hopeful.
We're lucky that the numbers went down.
Yeah.
For it to happen.
Really lucky that the numbers went down. 100%. Yeah, not just the restriction ease. The numbers, obviously the numbers are, really important. Just keeping people safe and healthy and everything. And, we've done the hard yards and we've done the right thing. And it's really good to see that now we're able to sort of get together a little bit more again.
Starting to,
just gently and socially distance and all that stuff. But yeah, it's good to see. Hopefully there's more of that to come. Fingers crossed.
Well, if people just wore your damn masks, wash your damn hands.
Wash your hands. Wear your mask.
You still got your human right. Just don't be an idiot.
Alrighty, just about to go back into it. And you're listening to Catherine and Danny on Gippsland FM 104.7. This is the Latrobe Youth Space radio show. We're here every Wednesday from 4:30 till 6, bringing you tunes, bringing you topics. Last week, we just talked about random, would you rathers and, conversation starters. It was a lot of fun. This week, we're chatting about movies and television. I think the week before last, we talked about mental health and addiction. So that was, quite an intense episode. We talk about a bit of everything here, basically just whatever is relevant to young people, whatever you want to hear about. Make sure that if you have any ideas for our radio shows or you'd like to contribute in some way, send us a message. We're on Facebook at Latrobe Youth Space, Instagram at Latrobe Youth Space, and YouTube. Send us a message or email us. All our emails are over there. We also have a website, www.latrobeyouthspace.com, if you're not on any social media. You can get in contact with us just through our website as well. We've got a contact form and our email address is up there. So if you've got any ideas or you want to give us some feedback, definitely get in touch. We'd love to hear it. We always want to know what young people want to hear. So let us know. And also song requests. If you have any song requests for DJ Tay to add to the playlist, let us know and we can play them the following week, basically. Appropriate songs. Definitely appropriate songs. That's a good one. Yep, definitely. So today we're chatting about TV and movies, and we're talking about how cool it would be if we could see some television show finales air in cinema around here. That would be so fun. But now we've got a would you rather question. Just talking about would you rather just then. That's very weird coincidence, but or is it? It's almost like this is planned. Breaking the fourth wall. Alrighty. So would you rather watch movies for the rest of your life or would you rather watch TV shows for the rest of your life?
I have to go with TV shows only because we've mentioned just before, TV shows are being shot more cinematically with higher budgets. Plus with the TV show, you have that character development.
So true.
That story arc, so you can have, you don't have an hour and a half to fully develop a character. You've got 3 seasons. But in saying that, there is a sell-by date on every show. Don't pass it because then it gets ruined.
Literally. Yeah.
What about you?
I think I'm probably in the same boat. I reckon TV shows just because there's more, you get more connected to the characters over time.
Yeah.
I suppose the same sort of thing happens with movies, but I feel like there's this feeling of it being less continuous. Usually between movies, there's some sort of time period that has gone on. And that does happen in TV series and TV shows, but you have a lot more episodes that are usually happening at the same sort of time period.
Yeah.
And so you really get to know the characters and you really get to know the world and like understand it. And I feel like TV shows have more time, so they can be a lot more intricate. They can do a lot more world building, a lot more character building. And I'm not saying they're better. Like, I love movies for different reasons. When I want to just start and finish a story, when you want that sense of like closure, movies all the way.
Yeah.
But TV series, if I had to live off something like forever, definitely be TV series, I think. Yeah.
But like I said, there's a sell by date. 6 seasons is the perfect mark, I reckon.
I agree.
6 seasons.
6 seasons. If I see something at 6 seasons, I'm like, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can do it. Anything more, I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. I mean, like, I recently in lockdown binge watched The Simpsons.
Oh,
which
nice.
is 32 seasons now.
What?
And you're like, do I have the energy to put up with these characters for that long?
That is.
I had to split it up in half because I had to take a break.
Literally, you would have to. It's crazy. Oh,
still love it, but just a sell by date. Just saying.
Absolutely. No, that's so true. Yeah. What's your favorite movie snack or TV show binging snack? What's your go-to?
I don't know, because I've kind of stopped snacking. I don't usually, I don't know, I try and stick with my meals. But if I have to do a snack, I had to go with those, they're like little rice cakes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've cut out chips, but I love my salt and vinegar. So you get little vinegar rice cakes, much healthier alternative.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could just, if I have to snack, it'll have to be that one. What about you?
Nice. Oh, I love that. I can definitely say that my snack is not as healthy. I love salt and vinegar chips. Got to be said. I just love them. So
vinegar's the best.
It's so delicious.
Yeah.
It sort of like, it tingles and it hurts a little.
Yeah, but the more it burns your tongue, the more you want more.
Delicious. Literally. I'm one of those people that like loves vinegar on the chips and loves like hot chips and love salt and vinegar chips. So good. Love it. Yeah. So we are going to head into the next song, but I need to go get a drink of water. So I'm going to step out and be back very shortly. Do you want me to maybe turn off the camera?
Whatever you feel. I don't mind.
Maybe just chat to the...
Yeah, they can watch me talk to my voices in my head. I have no problem with that.
Amazing. Sounds good. Alrighty. There we go.
That'll be an interesting thing to comment on. For those watching, comment, what show do you think is way past its prime, way past its sell by date? Because like we talked about, some shows just linger, and it's not as good anymore. It's still entertainment, but some shows you just want done, so that'll be good. Comment below what shows you think, in your opinion, should have ended a while ago. In my opinion, I reckon, I don't know. See, it's hard for me because the show I'm thinking of, I still love and I still watch new episodes of, because it's been going, Simpsons, it's been going for 32 years, but it declined in quality, but then it went back up. And then it declined, then it went back up. So it's like a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys comment below what you think should have ended. And we got Catherine back.
Hello.
What do you think, Catherine, should have ended?
Just getting a nice bit of H2O. Gosh, I was so parched. I'm like,
What do you think should have ended?
Definitely Supernatural. I know that's a contentious one. Some people are absolute like hardcore fans, but I feel like it very much just
lingered.
It just lingered. It's so long. It's like, what, 8 or 9 seasons now?
15.
What?
15. It's ending this year, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's just, it just went way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels so crazy.
I don't know if I'm going to get online comments for this, but Friends should have ended at season 8.
Oh, yeah.
And we could have avoided the worst plot line in the show.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
Just skip from 8 to 10. Like,
yes.
That's it. Just get rid of
halfway
9.
through 10, it gets back, because it's its last season. So halfway through 10, it gets back on its feet.
Yeah, finally. I'm just going to check the comments, see if any of yous have commented.
That storyline we're talking about, by the way, is the Rachel Joey storyline, which even the actors hate.
They hated it.
So we're not alone on this. Even the behind the scenes people do dislike it.
100%. It is so hard to be like authentically acting something that you don't enjoy, I think. Yeah. So they did a good job. I mean, to stick with it so long.
The storyline of one friend liking another and the other friend...
About to go back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll cut it there, guys.
We'll cut it out. G'day, you're listening to Catherine and Danny on Gippsland FM 104.7, and that was Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
Tell me why.
Tell me why. And you're listening to the Latrobe Youth Space radio show. We are here every Wednesday from 4:30 till 6, talking about all different topics that young people want to hear about. We talk about everything from movies and TV, which we're talking about today, to mental health, as well as just like fun, would you rathers and like silly, conversation starter sessions just to have a bit of fun. We're just here to keep you company. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going. You might be just finishing up school and sort of a bit tired and just sort of like scrolling Facebook. We're actually streaming on our Facebook page and our Facebook group. You might be tuning in the car on your way home from picking up your kids, or from school yourself or uni. Wherever you are, we're here. We're chatting. And today we're chatting about movies and television. So tell us a little bit more about what we're talking about during the break, Danny, because
we were talking about shows that linger on too much and should have ended years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we can specifically say any names on air, but there's a lot of them that should have ended. Because you get
in our opinion.
In our opinions.
This is a defamation.
If I'm being honest, in a lot of people's opinions.
Yeah.
Take the hint, showrunners.
Yeah.
But we're just saying it gets ruined because their storyline just lingers and goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Like there's a show, very famous show, a brilliant show, but should have ended it's ended by now.
Yeah.
Should have ended 2 seasons earlier because the main goal was for these 2 characters to get together. But by, I don't know, season 8, you just stop caring.
You just stop caring.
You stop caring.
You're like, okay. Good luck.
And then by the time they did get together, you were like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
It wasn't as big of impact.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. I think they sort of just dragged it out too long, and the audience was like, oh, I'm done with this.
Yeah, and that's why we were saying 6 seasons seems to be the perfect time. I mean, in recent years, a show, I don't know if I can say it, but it made a huge sweep at the Emmys this year. An amazing show, won so many awards. That only went for 6 seasons and it was perfect.
It was amazing. Oh yeah.
I don't know if we could say it on air.
I mean, it's not supposed to. It's not a swear. It's not actually swearing. It's like it's the word.
Yeah, but if we can't badmouth the show, I don't know if we can. You know what I mean? Like we can't say the show we badmouthed. Can we say the show we
can spell it? SCHITTS Creek.
Yes, Creek.
That felt way too extreme.
I think that's the point of the title, though. You've got to.
It's not a swear word. It's actually the name. It's actually the
last name. And fact of the day, of one of the many facts, that's to sell that show. Lots of networks didn't pick it up because of the name.
Really?
They actually whipped out phone books to prove that it was a real name. And
really?
It is. It's a real name.
Wow.
Somebody has that last name.
That is. I did absolutely not expect that, but it makes sense. There's a few billion in the world. Somebody's going to have that name. Whether it's like they've changed their name to that or it's a
I don't know if
name.
I would after that show came out. I would gladly wear that badge of honor.
Yes, it is an incredible TV series. Highly recommend. Very wholesome. Again, I believe it is mature content.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's mature content. So probably for those that are 15 plus or supervised.
But the message of that show is phenomenal.
Yeah, 100%. It is a very wholesome show.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a watch. So, what shows are you absolutely loving right now?
Well, we talked about this a bit last week. Yeah. I recently binged Umbrella Academy.
Ooh.
Just kind of, I don't know, I was told when it first came out to watch it, and I was like, you watch it. I watched the first episode, but I was doing things in the background. I wasn't paying attention. And I was like, so this person's on the moon. Now this young person's apparently a 58-year-old. Yeah, this is stupid. I turned it off. But because of season 2 came out in lockdown, and there was all this hype, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, fine. I'll watch it again. And I became absolutely obsessed.
Yeah.
Like, loved it. So that's been one of my success lockdown stories.
That's so good. I love it when you find that show that just makes your heart. Oh, it's so good. And you just get captivated, you just want to be there. You just want to know it all.
Oh, I don't want to be there. The show's about 2 apocalypses happening. I don't want to be there.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense now that you say it like that.
So I'm pretty sure it's M.
Yeah.
So,
It's that one. We promise we will mention some PG for those
Okay, here's a
15.
PG one. I've recently, now that that's been done, watched 50 years worth of Scooby-Doo content.
Oh, nice.
Because I have nothing else to do. Yeah. Except, after work, I got nothing else to do. So I watched Scooby-Doo.
Absolutely. All right. So we're going to head into the news and we'll be back right after to tell you a little bit more about what we're watching, what we love, what our favorite genres are, and heaps more. And we also have a bunch of incredible songs coming your way. We've got One Direction, Kelly Clarkson, Sandy Tom, and much more. So make sure you stay tuned. Alrighty, we'll be back right after the news. Isn't that difficult making conversation topic starters when you put on the spot?
It's like you're forced to because we're on radio. I mean, in general, you and I just don't shut up.
No.
But then as soon as we press on air, it's like, so looking forward to the weekend? Or...
So words.
Yes.
Words that I'm saying out loud into the microphone.
It's like that.
What do you think of this breaking development in things happening?
And you guys who have known us and talked to us in the space, we are chatterboxes.
Yeah.
But the minute we're on air, it's like, great, I got nothing in the think tank going on.
Nothing happening in the brain box upstairs, Yep. Oh, let's talk about the new space.
Yes.
Exciting. It's coming along. The walls have been painted. So the walls are looking amazing in our colours. We've got lots of feature walls, so it's nice and bright. It's looking really cool. If you're driving past that sort of area, you can swing by. Obviously, you can't go in, but you can swing by and have a look through the window, like what work's happening there. We got a report that the showers are coming in and the toilets are sorted, and it's really starting to look like a proper space that you can be in. So and hopefully we will be there, by the end of the year. If not, it happens, but hopefully so. So that'll be good. Yeah,
it's looking
really
great.
Excited. It's like a Christmas present, even if it's late. It's a late Christmas present. Yep, I think we can safely say it'll be done before the end of 2021, but I believe it will be done by the end of this year, from what they're saying. So. Yeah, it should be good. I'm excited. Yeah, and it's a lot bigger than the old space, so
oh god, yeah,
should be able to run so much more from there when COVID restrictions ease and we're back to our new normal. So,
which hopefully will be soon.
Hopefully soon. Fingers crossed. That would be awesome. That'd be very good. All of the finger crossing is happening today. When I was in primary school, everyone used to do that thing where they
they'd crossed everything.
So gross. Oh.
Yeah. I used to be that kid.
Oh my gosh, I could totally tell.
Yeah. Just to freak people out.
Yeah, you love doing that. That's Danny's thing.
Yeah.
In a good way. I feel like it's very funny.
I used to do it with my feet. I used to sing where I don't know how I did it, but it looked like I broke my ankle because my ankle would be flat on the ground, but the rest of my leg would be normal. So I'd be like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not primary school. This was high school. This is even worse.
Oh my god. You should have known better. No.
I should have, but I'm an idiot.
No, it's like.
So I'll be like, miss, I gotta go. I think I've broken my ankle. They'll be freaking out, and I'll be there all calm and it doesn't hurt.
I love that. That's hilarious. My friend, I actually got a good friend, and she's got hypermobile joints.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she can stand with her feet basically forwards and her legs almost completely backwards.
That's pretty cool.
It's terrifying. And when she does it at supermarkets when we're out together, oh my god, people just freak out. They're like, are you okay? And she's like, yes, I'm fine. It's Do you need 000? Like, have you dislocated your leg? Like,
I've got a friend who's similar to that, and it was a terrible, embarrassing situation.
Yeah.
She saw this girl who walked with her legs pointing out, with her
like pigeon toes?
Pigeon toes, yeah. Which is a serious condition.
It is, yeah, definitely
but
something
my
you need
friend
to go get checked
being,
out.
yeah, my friend being the total idiot she is, not realizing, she did the same because she can. She's got the double joints.
Yeah.
So she started walking around like that.
Oh no.
And as soon as she found out, she was like, "Oh God,
no,
what have I
that's
done?"
bad.
But now they're friends, so it's okay.
Okay.
That's how they became friends. So it worked out. But at the time, we were both like, "Oh God,
gosh, this is a little like, this could go down the wrong way, like 100%."
It did,
Oh,
but
we got 13 seconds. Oh, we've got to get
moral
back
of the story, it worked out.
Yay!
They're friends.
You're listening to Catherine and Danny, and we are bringing you the Latrobe Youth Space radio show on Wednesdays from 4:30 till 6 every Wednesday here on Gippsland FM 104.7. And today we're chatting about movies and television. So we've been talking a little bit about our favourite TV shows and what we're watching at the moment. And I am currently watching Kimmy Schmidt, which is quite, it's a little bit silly, but it's bizarre, a bit of fun. Yeah, it is a bit bizarre. It's like, a bit abstract comedy. And also The Office, which I haven't watched before, both of which are a little bit like, again, not super appropriate for like those under 15, but they're quite funny. So I've been really enjoying those, and I've been watching a lot of movies lately as well. I watched one that was incredibly bizarre. It just like totally threw me off. It was called I'm Thinking About Ending Things. Like, and not, I don't think they mean like life, but if anyone is struggling out there, make sure you call Lifeline on 131114. But they were talking about ending a relationship. However, it soon became this like incredibly abstract, surreal piece, and I just could not understand how it was actually a movie.
Yeah.
I was so confused. It was super bizarre. It was like being in a really weird dream.
Oh, yeah.
Super weird.
I love those movies.
They're terrifying. This one, I feel like I've watched a few of them, like Mother and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which was an incredible film. And I've watched also Horse Girl. There was one about a woman who developed schizophrenia. But this one was just like, whoa. It was just like way too far, I feel. It did not make any sense. I was like, what am I watching right now? It felt like very art housey, like they're trying to make these really big points and these, I don't know.
That's the thing. You've got people that do make those movies.
Yeah.
But then you've got people that try to emulate and, make those movies, but they don't succeed because their heart isn't in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just trying to make money.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work.
My thought was like also it might have been like an anti-art movie. Dada is it? Which was like an anti-art movement. Ironically.
Yeah,
but it felt like that. It felt like it was trying to make so many points and then just became so absurd and so stupid and ridiculous that it was like trying to be like making fun of people who take those things too seriously almost. I couldn't quite figure it out. It really threw me for a loop. I got halfway through the movie and I felt like detached from reality. I was like, oh, who am I? I was so confused.
The walls are melting.
It's exactly how it felt. It was so confusing. I need to be super careful about my movie choices. I'm just like, I'm detached from reality now.
Yeah.
What's the classic saying that they do? It's like, hello, yes, you are my master. It's like, the walls are my master.
The walls are talking.
The walls are talking. Tell me what to do. Oh, great one.
Well, now we know if you come to work one day and you're like, bags under your eyes, you're like, are you real? We'll be like, okay, Catherine's just watched another movie.
Just another movie. Okay. Yeah, so...
We'll have like a Catherine corner where it's like, this is real. This is real. The walls aren't talking, Catherine.
It just plays like incredibly, incredibly dry. You just put me in front of a television in the corner that plays incredibly dry, like television documentaries about contemporary Australia.
Let's say it's on Teletubbies or something.
Yeah. I feel like that's even worse. Teletubbies was so weird and abstract.
It really was.
Not grounding at all.
No, have you seen black and white pictures of Teletubbies.
No,
It's
I
creepy,
haven't.
man.
Really?
It's creepy.
Oh, with all the
It's
shadows and their eyes and
yeah.
stuff.
It looks
Yeah.
quite horrific.
That sounds like it would be quite creepy, to be honest. Oh my goodness. So, I'm gonna get back into another sort of choice question. But if you
Yes.
could pick one genre, like let's say you're on a desert island, you've got everything you need, you've got a TV, and some form of way to play it, whether it's a smart TV or whatever.
Is there a plug on the side? How does this work?
You've got a Jenny out the back, it takes recycled cornstarch, and you grow corn, and it's great. You didn't, or maybe you have like one of those methane generators that so that you all the poo that you have can create the fumes, and then that goes and powers a generator. I don't know, something like that. I'm thinking back to like Good Life and all those shows that I used to watch. But yeah, so okay, Jenny sorted, you've got a plug, you've somehow mastered all this. You've got a television, you've got some way to play films or TV shows or whatever. What genre do you pick? You can only choose one genre.
I pick comedy.
Comedy.
Because when there's always comedy, there's always drama. So you kind of get two in one, and they kind of complement each other very well.
Yeah, true.
So I like that.
Yes.
So
yes.
Definitely comedy.
Dramedy. Is it dramedy? The like hybrid genre?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard people talk about dramedy before, and I'm like, oh gosh.
Even
dramedy.
in like the most hilarious of characters, there's some sort of drama.
Yeah, literally. That's so true. Because good comedy speaks from real life, and real life speaks from characters and people. And
yeah. Like you look at, I'm going to say it again, Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Like one of the characters is started as just a comic relief. Yeah. You don't take him seriously. And then halfway through, stuff happens. And it's whiplash. It goes from comedy to such a dramatic character. And everything you thought that was funny beforehand, you kind of go, oh, that's why.
Oh,
that's why he did this.
Yep.
So it complements each other very well, comedy drama.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that on a desert island, I was going to say horror, but on a desert island on my own, probably no, I don't think so. Don't think that's happening anytime soon. I would probably go the exact same route. I'd probably go for like comedy drama, and I feel like it would just be really nice to have a bit of comic relief. So probably comedy is like the forefront, but also just like I'd also miss people. So I'd probably be like, I want like people things. I want people-y things.
Yeah.
Not just like monsters and horror movies. I feel like that would be a bit much.
I think I would want a boat, I think that's the thing you would want on a desert island.
A boat. Can I get the boat genre, please? Just like, oh my gosh, just like an ASMR.
That's the one thing nobody says when you play this, you're on a desert island. What do you bring? The first thing I say, a damn boat.
A boat, and I can get
so off. I can get off the island. Maybe some potatoes.
Maybe there are no, like, even if you have a boat, like maybe, I don't know, maybe global warming, maybe there's nothing that is not underwater, so they've just got this one island and
submarine. There you go.
Submarine. There you go. You can go to Atlantis.
There are options. Yeah. There are options.
Oh dear, that is great chat. So today, as you can probably tell, we are chatting about movies and television, and yeah, we've been talking about what we are absolutely loving right now, and as well as our favorite genres. We both sort of went the comedy/drama route. But yeah, we are going to be chatting a little bit more after the next song. We've got a bit of One Direction coming your way, and make sure that you stay tuned up afterwards. We're going to be bringing you the fun fact of the day, and we're also going to be talking about what our favorite actors are, and who we reckon. Like, going back to this desert island analogy, we're going to be extending on that. We've got a few more desert island related questions. So if you're a desert island fan, 1S, stay with us and make sure that you stay tuned for everything coming your way. Alrighty, this is One Direction, What Makes You Beautiful. What a throwback. Thanks, DJ Tay. Alrighty.
How can you be a fan of a desert island? It's like, what kind of morally weird person are you?
I'm sure they exist. I'm sure desert island fans exist somewhere.
There's like a fan page on Google.
Literally, yes. I wonder if our live's still going. Okay, it is, and it's glitching.
It is.
It's actually glitching. Like,
it is. Is that coming up on Facebook?
Yep. That's so funny. I reckon it's probably to do with the webcam, but it is what it is.
I actually learned a pretty cool fact today.
Yeah?
I've been listening to that Earthwalker podcast,
Yep.
which I love, and you guys should check it out.
Mm.
Subscribe to YouTube, Spotify, but I go the YouTube route because they film it. So everything they talk about, they actually bring out and show.
That's great.
So I'll go the YouTube route, but just subscribe to their webpage because they're pretty amazing. Anyway, there was I don't know how it came up in the podcast, but giraffes, I think it was giraffes, they had this certain technique that they would eat, trees and leaves, but the leaves, trees can actually send out like a signal, to warn other trees. So the leaves will turn bitter and disgusting as it goes, I think it was west. So the giraffes would go the opposite direction.
Wow, that's so nuts.
And that's so awesome to think, you don't think about it, but trees do actually send out signals.
Right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I didn't even consider that.
To warn like the other trees.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's an incredible fact. I had no idea.
And I can't remember if it's east or west or if giraffes or another animal, but look it up. It's on the podcast. It's pretty amazing.
That's really bringing light to M. Night Shyamalan's.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Yes. It's like, oh God, can that happen?
There's an M. Night Shyamalan film for anyone who doesn't know.
Oh, it's a sucky movie.
It's so bad.
It's bad.
But it's basically where the trees like want to get back at,
they emulate
the human race.
Yeah, they emulate oxygen that turns humans mad.
Yeah, turns them mental. And so they send it out on the wind and it infects all the plants, and then it passes through all the plants, and then people go crazy, and it's a whole thing. Again, probably like a 15+ situation.
Oh, look, I would show a toddler because even a toddler would be
it's
like,
a bit
this
silly.
is stupid.
Maybe don't actually show a toddler.
No.
As a joke, yeah.
But that's another thing. We don't really realize that plants can actually do this.
True.
Like, did you realize, when you've got a freshly mowed grass and you can smell that grass smell? That's the grass pheromones warning other grass that you're about to die. That's grass.
Oh, that's the distress signal.
That is a distress signal.
SOS. Oh my God. It's interesting because it's like, I feel like
so when you smell summer, you smell death.
You smell death.
Death.
Yeah, literally just like fires and mowed grass, dead grass. Yeah. But yeah, it reminds me so much of what am I thinking about? Taoism. Oh, I think it's about to finish actually. Probably get back to it. G'day, you're listening to Catherine and Danny on the Latrobe Youth Space radio show right here on Gippsland FM 104.7, and that was What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. It is such a heartwarming song and such a classic bop. Thank you, DJ Tay, for this incredible playlist. For anyone who doesn't know, Tay is one of our very cherished colleagues, and she puts together the radio playlist every week.
Her knowledge of music.
Just amazing.
Okay. I had to question it today. We had a staff meeting.
Yeah.
And Tay has a knowledge of, shout out Tay, of country, pop. She knows every kind of tune. And we're talking about Halloween, and Kylie, our awesome manager, was like, oh, we should jam out to the Monster Mash. And Tay goes, what's that? And we were all shocked.
Oh my gosh.
We were like, what?
What?
The music God doesn't know Monster Mash.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, Tay is pretty undisputable most of the time.
Amazing.
Like, absolutely incredible knowledge of music, and always puts together absolutely banging playlists. Like, we've still got some really cool tunes coming up. We've got Kelly Clarkson, Sandy Tom, we've got Plain White Tees, and Jess Glynn, and heaps more. So, and Uncle Cracker, oh, what a classic. So heaps coming your way. So make sure that you stay tuned. At the moment, we're chatting about movies and television. We're also streaming over on our Facebook page as well as our Facebook group, and you can find Latrobe Youth Space on Facebook, Instagram, just by searching Latrobe Youth Space, nice and straightforward. We're also on www.latrobeyouthspace.com, and we have a YouTube channel that you can check out all of our videos. We bring, I believe at the moment, we're bringing like 19 or 20 different programs every single week to young people, 12 to 25. But, anyone can tune in on Latrobe Youth Space page. We bring you a bunch of different content every week, from life skills through to like real fun stuff like alternative sports and heaps more. So make sure that you check out what we've got going on.
Yeah.
Or if you know someone 1225 and you're like, yeah, they could probably do with some like wholesome local entertainment, get them online. They'll love it. Alrighty, nothing better than a recommendation from Mum. I love my mum, to be real. She's so good. She sent me a beanbag cover.
Oh, that's amazing.
So good. It looks so beautiful. She's such a talented sewer, and I'm very grateful to have her. She's always sending me cute things. So very nice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty. So, fun fact of the day.
Yes.
The first movie was made in 1888, which was Roundhay Garden Scene. It's a short film directed by French inventor Louis Le Prince. That is a long time ago, because I know that the original movies, like just from my knowledge of it, were very like, they had these huge machines and they had to like pop in the slides with the big rolling wheel.
Yeah, and they didn't have sound, so they had to play like a piano in the background.
Yeah. God, what an immersive experience. That's so crazy. And people, like, when they first saw moving images on a screen, people must have been terrified.
Story time. Yes. Fact of the day. One of the first captured content was a train, just going by, and the first time it showed in the cinema, people ran out screaming because they thought it was coming at them.
Oh my goodness.
And you laugh about it now, but you think about it, you're like, yeah, I would, if that's the first time I saw a moving image, I would be screaming too.
Right? It's like when 3D cinemas come out.
Oh, that fizzled out. That's dead now.
It is.
But yeah, that's true. When it first came out,
we were like, oh God. Oh.
You weren't born yet. It was like the 70s.
Was it?
Yeah.
3D's been around since the 70s.
Yeah, that's like literally a movie. Oh God, I can't even remember what it's called. House of Horrors or something. But I remember there's a man and he had it like what's the ball on a string that you hit continuously, and that was
nunchuck.
No, no, like a paddle, and it's on a paddle.
Oh,
and you hit the ball and it keeps coming back.
Okay, like a totem thing.
Yeah, not a nunchuck. God,
you're talking about a weapon.
Back in the 80s, kiddos, we used to give children nunchucks, because why not? No, so because I vividly remember that scene of him just hitting the pedal and the ball coming out. But
was it House of Horrors?
Oh, something like that.
Yeah, because you said House of Horrors, my brain went to like nunchucks and
House of Horrors, House of Wax. Oh, I had to look it up.
Something like that, yeah. Was it remastered in 3D or was it originally in 3D?
I'm pretty sure originally, because it was filmed to
do that. Interesting. I'm not even sure if you can remaster.
That's if I'm correct. I urge you guys to research this, because for all I know, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
no, that's
Yeah,
wow.
I'm gonna look it up actually right now.
Definitely. I was gonna say, I'd love to know how long 3D has actually been around, like the technology's been around for.
3D
that would be awesome.
Film.
So yeah, I can imagine. So 1888. So that is a dang long time. That's what, like
sorry.
I can't count.
1922. Apparently was the first the movie called The Power of Love, the earliest confirmed 3D film. Yeah, would you look at that?
That is so hectic.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
what?
I was wrong, but
but wow, that's so surprising.
That's amazing. Yeah,
incredible. So 1922 was the first 3D film.
1922.
That is nuts. I love it. All right, so we are gonna be heading into our very next song. We've got some Kelly Clarkson coming your way, and then we are going to hear from our awesome sponsors, and then we're going to be right back after that. So we'll chat to you soon. Make sure you stay tuned for our next desert island scenario coming straight up. I know, so many desert island questions today. How exciting. No, they're really good, actually.
They are good questions.
I feel sarcastic, but I'm actually excited. So yeah, this is Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson.
That's actually a pretty cool thing I was reading about. Let's see if I can find it, because sometimes I save these factoids. But dark chocolate and coffee can be good for you. So let's see if I can find it, because there was a definition of why it's actually good for you. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it either. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh God, I've lost it. Let's see if I can find 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 it. Oh, I went past it. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Dark chocolate. High in health promoting flavonoids, dark chocolate has been shown to increase blood flow to your brain, reduce inflammation, and boost brain health, all of which support mood regulation. Dark chocolate is rich in compounds that may increase feel good chemicals in your brain. So there you go, people out there. Dark chocolate. Try it. Now let me see about coffee. Here we go. Coffee. Caffeine prevents a naturally occurring compound called, oh God, let's see if I can pronounce this, adenosine. I hope I said that right. From attaching to brain receptors that promote tiredness, therefore increasing alertness and attention moreover. So those were pretty cool facts that I had no idea. But I'm going to say with coffee, I think it's got to be a healthy balance. I think if maybe one coffee a day, but if it's like continuous, I have to say that would make me crazy. But that's just me. I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm a tea drinker. But dark chocolate, who knew? Who knew? Dark chocolate. That's pretty wild. And here comes Catherine. Why, hello. We were just talking about how dark chocolate is good for you, and so is caffeine.
Oh, sorry, I didn't close the door because I was stressed out about the song finishing. I was like, run. Sorry. I was born in a tent, people, so...
Were you actually?
No,
I was going to say.
I was born in a hospital, though, and they have automatic doors, so you don't ever need to worry about closing them. See? Makes sense. Makes sense why we all leave doors open so often.
My friend was actually born in a bathtub.
Really? I was born under a sink.
I thought you said you were born in a hospital.
In a hospital under the sink.
How?
The basin in the little...
Explain. I would like to hear the story.
Next song break.
Oh, God.
Stay tuned, everyone. It's riveting stuff.
To be continued.
Yeah. G'day. You're listening to Catherine and Danny on Latrobe Youth Space radio show right here on Gippsland FM 104.7, and that was Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. An incredible curation by DJ Tay, who's not with us today. I mean, alive.
Yeah,
alive,
not dead.
Not dead. Just not in the studio with us today.
No, every time I hear not with us, I'm like, is she dead or what?
Dead?
How come I don't know about this?
100%. That is morbid. If anyone is struggling with mental health, we do encourage you to call Lifeline on 131114. So today we're talking about movies and television. So
tell us the story about being born under a sink.
Ooh, we have 47 seconds. Okay, so my mum, gone to hospital, dealt with all, like, obviously the labour stuff, was in labour for a long, long time with me, apparently makes mention of it a lot. And then ended up in the bathroom area, like where there was like a vanity basin, and basically was just like, oh God, it's coming now. And then they had to just squat, and the midwives helped her like while she was giving birth in a vanity basin, like just like the area near the sink. Yeah. And she couldn't move because she's like right in that spot. So
when it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
Like, you can't stop it.
Exactly. It's just going. So exactly right. It's pretty nuts, but
wow.
Born under a sink. So that's why I'm so forgetful and in the dark about everything. I don't know. Just channeling it, you know. Alrighty, and that was an awesome announcement from our incredible sponsors here at Gippsland FM 104.7, and you're listening to the Latrobe Youth Space radio show. So without further ado, as we've been promising since the start of the show, we're going to chat about more desert island stuff. I said from the start of the show, but it's more like
our last couple
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, this long-held promise that is, you know, this mystic promise that has been writ in the scripts of ages is finally coming to fruition. You know, let's gather the mystics and be born anew right now in this moment, this desert island moment.
Did I just start a cult? Like what? It's very cultish.
The wrong radio station, Danny. No. Oh dear. So, if you were stranded on a desert island and the last actor from either a television show or a movie is going to save you, who is it going to be?
So, a last actor recently or?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, God. See, that's the thing. Two things. The last two things.
Main character from whatever show you've been watching.
The
Or
last
your
show.
favorite character.
Last show I watched. Oh, so it's a character, not an actor.
Yeah. So either the main character or your favorite character. You can choose.
So last show I watched was Umbrella Academy, and they are all a bunch of morons. None I don't think could help. Oh, actually, one character could help me.
Yeah.
This character that can teleport and time travel. So
that's pretty cool.
I would say him, but I would, if there's no way of getting off the island, I would have to say Klaus, who is that comedy dramatic character I was talking about, because he seems like a fun lad to hang out with.
And if you get stuck there together and he can't get you off the island,
plus I've been told
you got a friend.
My family and a couple of my friends who watched the show, they're like, you're like Klaus, just without the dramatic addiction side. I was like, okay, 2 peas in a pod. That could work on an island. Yeah. So I don't know if that was a compliment or not, because he's rather annoying. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was going to say, the last show that I watched was last night. I was watching The Office.
Oh God.
So the main character of that, Michael,
I don't know. Steve Carell.
Yeah. Don't come for me, Michael. I'm okay. I'm all right, mate. I'll stay on the desert island, I think.
Isn't there one where he just walks in and he throws his coat at someone and the lady's like, he just watched Devil Wears Prada.
Oh my gosh.
That made me laugh.
He's a very irredeemable character. And I feel like he's very purposely irredeemable. He's supposed to be the character that you really don't like. Like, he's a proper narcissist. He's a bit of a sociopath. Mainly a narcissist. But you sort of love him in a way because of that. But you don't want him, like, I don't vouch for him. I don't root for him. Like, I don't want him to do good or be redeemable, because he is an awful person. He's so bad.
That is so true.
Yes, but I feel like sometimes the show tries to make him redeemable, which I'm like,
please
I'm not
don't.
sure. Yeah, literally, I'm just like, don't. He's like IRL.
That's the issues I have with some of these Disney remakes. They try and make the villain, sometimes in the original, the villain's just bad because they're bad.
Exactly.
But now they're trying to give them backstory, and it's like, why?
Why? And also, can we have some protagonists that are, like, I really enjoy that trend where protagonists aren't, like, not that they're the full villain, but they're flawed.
Yeah,
and they're not, like, particularly, not like flaws that they overcome magically and solve all their problems, but they're, like, flawed. And they stay flawed, and you don't have to love them, but it's an interesting story, and they make an interesting character. Like, I like that as well.
It's got to be a healthy mix.
But with Disney,
got
to be a bit more straightforward, because a lot of them are sort of moral messages and built mainly for kids. I mean, for adults as well, but for kids.
Yeah.
So it does make sense. They've got to be a little bit more straightforward.
They're making a prequel, which I'm very excited about. It's called Cruella. About Cruella de Vil.
Ooh.
But I'm really hoping she's just evil from the start. I'm really hoping it's not about, I was in love with someone and they hurt me, so now I'm evil, because I hate that. It's like, no, just be evil because you're evil.
Yeah, literally. And I feel like a lot of the time they do that with like women villain
It's always
villains. Yeah, they've got to make them have a reason to be bad. And, like, I understand, like, I'm okay with this idea that, like, people do usually have a reason.
I think it's overdone.
They have their reasons that they, like, do bad things or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like it tends to always be women villains that have to have a reason, whereas it's like...
it's always about a broken heart.
Yeah.
Or a man that's wronged them.
Yeah. Like, so I've done a bit of research on this, and they reckon approximately 1 in 10,000 is born a psychopath.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and it doesn't
make a movie about that.
It doesn't discriminate, like, like biological sex or anything like that. So it could definitely be potentially like that you create a character that's just a psychopath. Doesn't really feel because like psychopaths aren't necessarily bad, but they often just are a bit detached from other people and like
if you're going for a classic horror movie,
exactly, like a psychopath that's gone down sort of the route that tends to go down and being
down the rabbit hole,
detached from other people's feelings and stuff like that, and a bit more sort of control hungry. I feel like that'd be cool.
What was the statistic you said again?
1 in 10,000.
Yeah, I read one where it's like 1 in 5 people that will be a psychopath.
That feels like a lot.
It is, because I think Hollywood has painted psychopathic tendencies as evil.
Yeah.
But there's just some people that are they have those tendencies, but they're not evil.
But they're not evil.
Like you
Yeah.
said, people can be withdrawn. That's
Yeah.
not evil.
No, absolutely not.
But in movies, it's like psychopaths are all murderers.
Yeah.
And that's not true.
Because psychopathy is like a born thing. Like it's a born trait. It's not like sociopathy is like learnt things.
Yeah.
Like when you learn it. Because I was looking at this, there's like a qualified psychologist who has a bunch of YouTube videos that they do on different mental illnesses and different disorders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how like sociopathy is like a learnt thing and psychopathy is a born thing. So very few people are true psychopaths.
Yeah.
Most people who like do bad things and like don't care about the consequences.
It's learned. It's
a learnt pattern. Like they still experience a lot of emotional reaction to the consequences when they do bad things, but they just suppress them.
Yeah.
Or, ignore them. Whereas psychopaths
they don't have that.
Feel that. Like, and they also often have like other issues with like feeling sensitivity to pain and things like that because it's just their brains are wired differently.
Yeah.
Which, isn't necessarily going to make them an evil person.
No, not
if
at all.
They're like aware of that and they do care about other people, like from like an intellectual perspective, but it can, it tends to lead them down being a lot more detached from other people's feelings and therefore probably and pain and stuff like that. So therefore maybe not being as empathetic naturally.
Yeah. But not evil.
Not evil necessarily.
I think that would be the perfect person to fire someone.
Yeah.
So if I wanted someone fired, I can't fire anyone because I'm thinking, oh God, I'm taking away your money. I'm taking away your house. I'll get a psychopath to do it.
Like, hire a psychopath.
Why not?
It's a new business model.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing they say is that psychopaths do have like a distinct advantage in particularly in the corporate world and corporate ladders because it is quite like generally speaking, it's quite a soulless job.
It is.
There's not a lot. So for people who find a lot of satisfaction in things that are very and don't have a lot of like negative emotions towards things that other people find quite hard to do. For example, a lot of they reckon a lot of psychopaths are more likely to be surgeons and things like that because they don't experience the same sort of visceral reaction to things like blood and gore and pain and those sorts of things.
They just get the job done.
They get the job
done. And you want that. You want that.
Yeah, it doesn't have its advantages. So long as the person's aware and like doesn't has like a code, I suppose, like a Dexter type situation, like a bit of a code of ethics there that they live by that can, psychopaths can function.
So people that are listening, research into the difference between sociopath and psychopath because it's interesting and you learn that it's not all horror movie junk.
And also like we have this like there's a lot of stigma against people who are psychopaths, even those who are sociopaths, but once you learn a bit more about it you sort of understand that where it comes from and why it is and the fact that it doesn't have to be this like sentence of the person being evil just because they have a condition or that they have these traits or whatever. So yeah.
I believe the question was Desert Island. How did we end up psychopath?
I don't know. I'm sorry. This is how my brain works. I wish I could control it. I try to control it.
Who was your person again that was going to save you?
I didn't actually. I was watching The Office and we're talking about Michael. Right. And that's how we got there because Michael is a bit of a sociopath, but mainly a narcissist. Michael from The Office, played by, who was it again?
Steve Carell.
I should remember that. But I think out of that, probably the person that I would want to save me would probably be, I can't remember their name, but the person who sorts out the warehouse downstairs. I think I'd have the best chance of dang it. The manager of the warehouse downstairs, because like he just seems like so on top of things and so organized and like he seems like he's able to get stuff done and that he would be a really good survivalist because he has all those skills of like foresight and like, I feel like I would have the most chances of survival
with him,
with that guy. Because I can't really think of anyone else in that office that would actually be very good at surviving. Like,
that's
it's
true.
an office, like what, they're not very like physical and stuff like that, but also like all the characters are a bit
over the place.
Yeah, they're a bit all over the place. So so if I wanted to survive, but for entertainment value, if I was like, okay, if we get stuck on this island, we're just gonna have to make do. It would probably be, I'm trying to think, there's a number of characters. It would have to be probably maybe Jim or probably just Jim, to be honest. There's not a lot of other characters that I'm like, Oh yeah, they seem cool. Yeah. I'm just like, ugh.
That was my dilemma too. Like this,
maybe Pam.
We've got
Pam has
powers,
wicked sense
but
of
none can
humour.
help.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like on a desert island scenario.
Although, if I could, now that I've given my answer, an alternative would be if I could have two. Just for this scenario, I'd get Luther, who has, I don't want to spoil the show. You know what? It's been a year. If you haven't seen it, too bad. So Luther has the
spoiler alert,
body.
Turn off now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the body of a gorilla because of something that happened. So he's got the huge muscles. So I reckon if I could get him and Klaus, we could sit on his back and he could just swim us back while me and Klaus are, just palling around and mucking around, making fun of Luther.
That seems
I don't know,
like funny.
He's like doing all this work. We're just like asleep.
Yeah.
Like, are we there yet?
Are we there?
It's been an hour. Come on, man.
That is great. All right, we're going to head into our next couple of songs we've got lined up for you. Well, DJ Tay has lined up for you. We've got Hey There Delilah by the Plain White Tees, and up that we've got a bit of Sandy Tom. People might be thinking at this point when I mentioned Sandy Tom being like, oh God, I know that name from somewhere. Yeah. It sounds so familiar. You'll know very soon. It is such a classic song. It is such a throwback to grade 4 for me. Like when I was 10, I was like, oh yeah, this is the best song ever. And it is so nostalgic. You will absolutely love it. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be talking more movies and TV. And up after us, after 6 p.m, Keely Rooney is going to be bringing you the chart toppers. So stay tuned to Gippsland FM 104.7. Chat to you soon. Very cool. Alrighty. So, psychopathy and sociopathy.
Oh God, I don't know how we ended up there, guys.
What a tangent.
But I think it was cool to, tell people to educate yourselves on it. Because movies do paint, if you're a psychopath, you must be a murderer. And literally. It's like, no, not at all.
Yeah, there's some like cold, hard people that still do a lot of objective good in the world. Like, yeah. I feel like since particularly like Lord of the Rings, we're very bound up in this idea of like good versus evil.
Yeah.
And like sometimes we polarize people.
That's why I like movies like Batman.
Yeah.
But it's like he's not a superhero.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero.
He's doing illegal stuff, but the results are still good. You know what I mean?
If you think of it in context, you're like, whoa, he's like, and I feel like the Joker, the newest Joker, like really brought this to light.
Was good.
It was so good. Good. But like he's actually quite a ruthless character. He's a billionaire, has so much power, and he has so much physical power, and has all these gizmos and gadgets that give him like incredible superhuman abilities. And he doesn't always use it right either.
No, like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
The extended. Do not watch the theatrical version because it's bad. Watch the extended version because it's way better. The way he kind of treats Superman is kind of like, you're doing damage, I need to stop this. Because he doesn't know Superman. He doesn't, he just sees somebody causing damage. And at that point, he's the dark, kind of older, I'm too old for this crap Batman.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does do some really dark stuff.
Yeah, literally. It's quite dark.
So I'm looking forward to the Robert Pattinson one because in an interview, Robert Pattinson said, I'm not playing him as a hero. So it's like, this is going to be good.
Yeah. Love it. It's so good.
But yes, that was a very weird sidetrack
of
our question.
Yeah. My brain works so weird. It's like so glitchy and like this video.
Yeah.
So glitchy and all over the place.
That's where meditation helps.
Can help with the focus side of things.
Yeah, if you've got that traffic going on in your head.
Yeah.
You just sit down, meditate for 15 minutes, and the rest of your day is kind of just like easy breezy.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely important. And like, even if you do have focus issues beyond just like regular focus issues, it can still really help to ground and get centered. So I might give it a go. Yeah. Now that I'm actually starting to get up at a reasonable hour.
Yeah.
Actually have time for it.
So in one of our meetings, you were just like, you were so honest. You're like, guys, I'm going to be honest. I fell asleep for like half an hour before this meeting. And we're all just like, that's relatable.
Yeah,
Like, we
content.
get ya. We get ya.
Yes, 100%. It's so hard with COVID. It's like, what time of day is it? Like,
What day is it?
What day is it? Help. And literally, I left my calendar at the radio station last week. So for a week, no idea. No idea what day it's been. Oh, dear. So, yeah, if anyone out there is struggling with feeling disorganized or just like not having their stuff together, it's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. You're not alone.
Keep trying.
Hang on, I'm going through my memories.
Yeah.
So this was the day before we went into lockdown. So we had Friday. So this is taken on Friday, where the toilet paper issue was huge. And I sent this to all my friends. It's a picture of we actually needed toilet paper.
Yeah.
So I went to Safeway, and this is what I sent my friends. Took a photo of it. Boo-ha-ha, suckers! I got the last one. Enjoy. Because at that stage you could only take one, and I got the last one, and I felt like such a villain. But I was like, you know what? No, I need it.
God. Yeah, that's so true.
I remember taking it back to the space, and Mel was like, "Okay, I'm being serious. Hide it when you're taking it to your car, just in case someone takes it."
So you've been listening to Catherine and Danny on the Latrobe Youth Space Radio.
Sorry, that was just my head.
That was. Oh, are you okay? Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't actually your head. No, you were joking. Okay, good. I'm like, oh, Janess. No, all good. It was just a phone. So yeah, you've been listening to the Latrobe Youth Space Radio Show here on Gippsland FM 104.7. We've really enjoyed hanging out with you, talking about movies and television. We hope that we've been some good company. Whatever you're doing, whether you're on your way home from uni, school, work, picking up your kids, anywhere else in your universe. Deserts and psychopaths and lots of things, lots of topics. Absolutely. We really appreciate you tuning in, and we'll chat to you next Wednesday. And yeah, feel free to comment or message any of your song request suggestions, and we'll get them queued up for next week so you can tune in to radio and hear them. Yeah. Or any topics you want to hear about if you just want to chat about, I don't know, pets, or I think we did pets actually. Yeah, we did. We've done movies a few times, so we can if you want to hear more about movies. We can talk about movies. We can talk about anything you're passionate about. We can talk about gaming, games. We can't guarantee we'll stay on topic, but... Absolutely not. We cannot guarantee that. We will eventually get there. Exactly. It's like, I feel like it's like that disclaimer at the bottom of an ad that's like, batteries not included, or authorized by the Australian government camera. It's like, well, cannot guarantee we'll stay on topic, but we'll try our best. TR Limited. My friend used to do that. She when she stayed at Canberra, this is back in year 12, for a music thing. Yep. So every Snapchat she would send, she'd be like, "We're having a great time. Authorized by the Australian government Canberra." Every time. And then she gets sued by the Australian government as 10-year-old. Probably. Lol. All right, again, off topic. Well, yeah, there you go. See you later. Oh, dear. All right, all done.